What is up, Dallas Cowboys fans? Good morning to you. Welcome into a Monday. Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz. Got my coffee. What a weekend, man. What a weekend of everything. All the sports, all the college basketball, IndyCar in St. Pete, NASCAR down in Austin, if you're into that sort of thing. And Cowboys making moves. We're going to talk about some of those linebackers as a target position group for everybody today. Welcome into the live show, everybody that's with us this morning. Who we got this morning? Steve? Good morning, Steve. Good morning, 70s Elvis fan. Hillsboro. Wow, represented. All over the place, man. I still get emails from people way out of state. Out of the country, even. Brazil. Got an email from Brazil. Somebody loving the show. Isaiah is here. But first and foremost, we need to address the news from the weekend. As we discussed, wasn't like a bold prediction or anything, but the Cowboys had some restructuring over the weekend. Not as an organization, as we might maybe prefer. But CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Smith, and Dak Prescott's contracts were restructured. Good morning, Ree Williams. And clearing up roughly $66 million of cap space. Of course, that is coming after Logan Wilson being cut, the linebacker. I'll call him a disappointment. I thought he had a little more left in the tank than apparently what he did, but that itself cleared up $6.5 million. So the Cowboys are ready to spend, baby. Spend, baby, spend. I don't think those are the words, but that's where we're going. Jerry Jones said they're going to break the bank. So now they've got a little bit of money to do that. So we will see if that will be the case. But what's wild about the Cowboys? They don't have a linebacker problem. They have a linebacker emergency because 2025 opposing offenses didn't just run at Dallas. They filed paperwork. They checked in at the front desk, and then they took a guided tour straight to the third level. Through the defensive line, through the linebackers, pretty much to the end zone when they wanted to the first down marker. So today we're going to build the linebacker shopping list, free agency, trade, cuts, in the draft. And yes, I'm saying it right now, they need more than one. Very much like I've been saying for the defensive end position, they need more than one. One isn't going to fix anything. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. So let's get to work with it here. We're about to find out just how aggressive Jerry Jones wants to be, not through free agency, but through what we start hearing from the Combine, which is in full force. Did you guys watch a lot of Combine? Is that something y'all watch? I was bar hopping a little bit yesterday, hanging out with some friends that were from out of town. Out on the motorcycle because it was a beautiful day for the motorcycle, a little windy. But, every place that we went had the Combine on and some hockey and, of course, racing and all of that. So we got to watch a little bit of it, and we got to focus a lot on the offensive linemen. I thought that was always interesting, watching offensive linemen run the 40-yard dash. I still don't know why we do that. I guess we do it for the 10-yard split because that kind of matters maybe. When you got guys pulling, but it is what it is. It's a lot of fun to watch. But let's set the stage now for the Cowboys defense, and particularly the linebacker position. You have a new defensive coordinator. You have new vibes, but the same issue. You can't scheme your way out of bad linebacker play. Linebackers are the thermostat of your defense. If they're late, soft, or if they're confused, everybody loses. Dallas lost a lot last year. So I think you need one linebacker who can run the show for you, the green dot guy, so to speak, and then another who can give you some speed, some coverage, maybe even some chaos from time to time. Now, when you're looking at guys potentially to bring in free agency, especially when you've got coaching changes, I'll give you a little hint, and you guys probably already know this. This isn't like a trade secret or anything, but you start looking at those new coaches that came in, and you start looking at guys that they worked with last year or previously at other stops. And number one on my list right here, we're going through the Christian Parker pipeline from Philly. And let's see, somebody just called it here. Scott, Cowboys should trade for ex-Eagles Dean. So he is number one on my list here. And I think it's obvious. Christian Parker comes from Philly. Nakobe Dean comes from Philly. There's an overlap there. Plus, you got the Georgia connection floating around a little bit, too. Dean is the type of linebacker that plays like he's late for a flight. He's quick, he's urgent, he is aggressive, and he's smart. The only concerns with Nakobe Dean for me are maybe his size a little bit, which I think he's played his way out of those concerns for the most part. But you still have them when the guy's that size. He's not the biggest linebacker. But his medicals. I think his medicals. He's had some injury history, obviously. But if the price reflects the risk, I'm interested. I'm more than interested. Steve from Texas, I will show you a picture of my bike sometime. Got a couple of them, actually. One that I may have just gotten rid of. Yeah, I will do that. Let me prepare that for sometime this week, and I will definitely show you guys a picture of the Harley. Look, I'm a big fan of Dean for the right price. I don't want to break the bank, quote, end quote, for Dean. Talk about a guy that is going to be expensive because he's a former first rounder, Quay Parker from the Go Packers. Dallas loves ex-first rounders. But I think the price tag for Quay Parker, I think you were buying potential instead of the finished product. If he's pricey, I don't think Dallas flinches on this one. But if it's a reasonable ask, he's a real swing here. I like Quay Parker quite a bit for the Cowboys. Going to the Broncos pipeline, the tackling machine option of Alex Singleton. He's one of these dudes where you look up and he's got 10 tackles in the game before you even notice. He's physical, he's productive, and when he's healthy, he is a plug-and-play type upgrade. Alex Singleton would be an instant fix for a portion of your linebacker deficiencies here. Instant improvement, great veteran presence. Again, all these guys have benefits and they have risks. The risks for Singleton is his age and his injury history. Doesn't have a huge injury history. Justin Sternad from the Broncos pipeline. This would be sort of one of those under the radar. It wouldn't be under the radar because it's the Cowboys signing him, but kind of the background signings, right? It's smart, but maybe a little boring. He's not the name that jumps out off the headline for you. But it's probably why Dallas won't do it. If you add Sternad, I think you're raising the floor here for the linebacker room, and you're giving yourself some insurance. I think he's a great depth piece, great rotation piece. He's got instant special teams value. He's not a star. He's not a savior, but it could be a smart late addition, possibly to the running back or to the linebacker room. So those are my guys: Justin Sternad, Alex Singleton, Quay Parker, and Nakobe Dean. And Steve says, Tim, we need to trust Christian Parker to identify the linebackers he needs in the draft and as free agents. I think that's exactly what the Cowboys are doing. I think that's just what the scouts are asking him. What do you need? What do you want? And he says, I like these guys. And I think that's absolutely who they will. They let him do that with the coaching staff. Jerry didn't go to Christian Parker and say, look, here are your guys for your staff. Hope you can work with him. Nope, he said, who do you want on your staff? Go get him. And Jerry opened up his checkbook. Now let's hope that he does the same for the players to play under Parker in free agency. But, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Steve. There's no question. Jay Scruggs has a 24 soft tell. Wow. Those are sweet, man. Yes, Nakobe Dean is a free agent, by the way. I probably didn't mention that. You don't have to trade for him. He is a free agent. No draft picks will be necessary to go get Nakobe Dean or any of those. All those 4 of those guys that I mentioned are free agents. Now, here are some additional free agents for you guys to ponder that don't necessarily have ties to the coaching staff. Demario Davis from the Saints. He's still good. He's still tough. He is still a leader. The issue with Demario Davis is he's probably chasing a ring at this point, and if he is chasing a ring, I don't know that Dallas will be the first door that he knocks on unless the price is just absolutely out of the water, and I don't think Dallas will break the bank for Demario Davis. Now, here's the guy. He is the centerpiece of my graphic for today, by the way. How'd you guys enjoy the little graphic? I'm learning to use AI a little bit in case y'all hadn't noticed. That is Devin Lloyd from the Jaguars right there in the center of our thumbnail. This is the headline move. If Dallas signs Devin Lloyd, it is saying the message in the loudest way that we are done messing around. We are ready to win. We are ready to upgrade our defense. He's got ball skills. He plays with impact. You know how athletic he is. He is the type of linebacker that you absolutely build your defense around. The problem with Devin Lloyd is the price tag and the contract, because that contract will probably start with an annual value with the number 2 and probably include a 0 before you get to the first comma. It's pricey. For those of you that don't understand what I said, because I probably said it weirdly, he's probably going to be a $20 million a year player. It's early. I'm still trying to put my comments together here. And if Dallas does this, it probably means you're not going high-end shopping anywhere else, because that's a wad of cash. He is an immediate upgrade. He is a playmaker. He has coverage ability. He has run-stopping ability. He can run your defense for you. Those are all the benefits. But, man, that cap hit, and you might get into a bidding war with somebody else, which could raise that price even more. If you want to go more value options, how about Devin Bush from the Cleveland Browns? He could be a bounce-back player for you. I like Devin Bush. I've covered the Browns the last 4 or 5 years as I cover every team up in that AFC North. And I really like Devin Bush. Like I said, he'll be a value option for you. If you want to get some speed on the field without spending elite money, Devin Bush could be your guy. Look over at the Falcons. Caden Ellis could be another kind of sneaky smart guy. He's not going to, get you a lot of social media clicks with this announcement that you signed him, but he'll win you snaps, tackles for loss, pressure, pass disruption. He's a grown-ass man, and he would, I think, contribute greatly. All of these guys are improvements. Even the old man himself, Bobby Wagner. How many times has Bobby Wagner been connected to the Dallas Cowboys? And if you want Bobby Wagner, throw in Matt Milano in there as well. These are veterans. They still fill the stat sheet, I think. You're paying for leadership and tackling more than elite coverage. At their ages, Milano's talented. The medical file is thicker maybe than the Cowboys would like with him. Bobby Wagner's pretty clean. He's just old. Aren't we all? But any of these guys, Bobby Wagner, Matt Milano, Caden Ellis, Devin Bush. Did you know that I'm already here? Demario Davis. All of these guys, Devin Lloyd would be my guy. Put him number 1 on my wish list. 70s Elvis fan. If nothing else, call Lloyd and check his pulse. Do some shopping, man. Do some shopping. You don't know if you don't ask. And I feel like that's where this thing went south. It has gone south several times. They don't even make calls to find out. That's how you missed out on Derrick Henry. You didn't even call, and he even expressed interest in playing here. Steve from Texas, I'm not old. I'm a Dallas Cowboys for life since 1962, native Texan born in 1954. But I'm only 49, plus 22 anniversaries. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, Steve from Texas, because when I had my 25th birthday, I stopped having birthdays. And ask anyone that knows me, I have the same mentality. I don't know where you got that from. I don't know where I got it from. I think I stole it from my brother, who's considerably older than me. But yeah, so 26th birthday was just the first anniversary of my 25th birthday. When I turned 40, it was the 15th anniversary of my 25th birthday. The problem is when your anniversaries start equaling the 25th birthday. So like when I turned 50, it was the 25th anniversary of my 25th birthday. And that doesn't sound much better than just saying I'm 50. And now that I'll be the double nickel here in right around a month, a little over a month, just saying the 30th anniversary of my 25th birthday does not do me well. That does not make me sound any younger. So I'm just going to start lying and saying I'm 39 years old. When I meet women in bars and I make them guess my age, they usually say early 40s. I'll take that. Maybe I'm 42 now. But that's a great trick, Steve, for sure. Yeah, that's a good question from VJ. Do they fit Parker's style? Yes, all of these guys I think are fits for the scheme, or I would not be recommending them. Because you don't, again, hope is not an off-season plan. So you might be a great linebacker in a different scheme, but you've got to have guys really that are good against the run and good in pass coverage to fit Parker's scheme. Now, some of these guys are better than others at running both of those things, obviously the younger guys. But, yes, they all fit, I think, Christian Parker's scheme. And we've got some more names here for you guys that we're going to blow through here. These are kind of your trade/cut candidates. Some of these guys I feel are either trending towards the chopping block or could be traded for somewhat easily. Tremaine Edmunds from the Bears, he's still pretty young. If he becomes available, you make that call immediately. Again, Dallas loves first-round profiles. Edmunds fits that mold for sure. A guy that I have loved since he came out of college, drafted by the Ravens. He's now with the Steelers, Patrick Queen. He has been rumored on the chopping block. I don't know why. I don't know why McCarthy would get rid of him. But that's what I'm hearing. And if he becomes available, you run to get Patrick Queen. You absolutely run to get Patrick Queen. Can you get Patrick Queen and Devin Lloyd? No. No, they're both going to be expensive, but I would take one or the other. Blake Cashman with the Vikings. Minnesota's going to have to be making some money decisions because it appears that they're looking for another quarterback already. And if he's in the market, he is a strong system fit for the Cowboys' new defense. And then Pete Werner. If New Orleans starts to reshuffle pieces and he's available, that's another name that you track very, very closely. I would love to have him here. How about through the draft, boys and girls? We haven't even gotten to the draft yet. Of course, the big name, your top shelved options. Sonny Styles. We've talked about him ad nauseum here. C.J. Allen from Georgia. We've talked about him. Great ball instincts. Always in the right place type of guy. These are two guys that you could very well take with number 12 if you absolutely wanted to. I don't see how either one of these guys fall to 20, though. Your mid-tier, maybe we'll call these your vodka level guys, not your, I don't know, is Tito's a premium? I just don't always order Tito's. I don't even know if it's a premium anymore, or your top shelf. Maybe your Grey Goose, your Kettle One vodka guys, or C.J. Allen and Sonny Styles. If you want to go McCormick, whatever your vodka of choice is. Jake Gold out of Cincinnati. Anthony Hill out of Texas. Josiah Trotter. All of these guys are good young guys. Yeah, Steve, that's a great point. Too bad we don't have a day 2 pick to get a good linebacker or a running back. You're right. Even though they think the running back room is pretty much set, and it might be. We'll see. Day 3 guys. I got one guy on my day 3 list I would love to have if he is available for the Cowboys. That is Jacob Rodriguez. Mr. Mustache himself. He is a playmaker. All he does is give you production. He's got instincts. His knocks are his size. He is not the biggest guy, but if he's there in the later picks, he's the kind of guy that ends up starting games for you. Svedka is a good one, VJ. I do like me some Svedka. It's not bad at all. And then the last guy really I wanted to bring up for you guys as a hybrid for you, Kyle Lewis. He's kind of a safety linebacker tweener. Really hate that word, and I hate that I just used it. But he's kind of your modern NFL sort of overhang between those two positions. Coverage first, pressure second, size third. Again, he would be a late pick guy for you, 5th rounder, 6th rounder later in the draft, but he could certainly be a guy that can contribute in a rotational role. As really, you're looking for guys right now. Christian Parker's looking for stars, but you need guys behind those stars because the Cowboys got nothing right now. You are almost looking to rebuild your entire defense right now, other than a few pieces on the defensive line, maybe a corner and a safety or two. I mean, you need all of it right now. So what is the blueprint? My ideal approach as we wrap things up here on a Monday for y'all, let's keep it simple. Sign a starting caliber linebacker, Lloyd, Ellis, maybe Singleton if you want reliable, and then you add a depth guy, a role player linebacker, maybe Sternad type, and then you draft one maybe as early as you can if the board falls right. Don't reach. If you've got a guy, again, you don't have a 2nd or 3rd round pick, but if you can find one in the 4th, that would be possible for sure. That gives you a leader. It gives you a contributor. It gives you a rookie upside piece, and it gives you competition in the offseason, I think. Because if you just run it back at linebacker, which I don't think the Cowboys are going to do, I've seen a lot of people saying, well, they're just going to run it back. I don't think they will. Christian Parker is not that guy. This thing's going to have Christian Parker's blueprints all over it, and he ain't doing that. Because I'm done watching our defense let guys run through him like a turnstile. Done. Dunzo. So, let's see. Overshown types. Yeah, we got some overshown types in there for sure. Rodriguez will be gone day 2. You're from Darnett. Yeah, you're very right. He might be gone by day 2. Of course, all of these things I'm suggesting here are perfect world scenarios for the Cowboys, and very rarely does that ever happen. Steve says defensive end, cornerback, linebacker, safety. I'm guessing that's the order you want them fixed in, or I don't know if maybe that's just all the pieces you'd like to see, because you're absolutely right. Vinny Hagan says, what's up, Indian family? Good morning to you, Vinny. Let's see. Who else we got in here this morning? Steve says, we have the meat up front at defensive tackle to stop the run with some good linebackers. Yeah, you got to have that second level, though, because the defensive front can't do it every single time. That's for damn sure. All right, boys and girls, I've kept you guys here long enough on this Monday morning. I got my coffee. I'm about to pop my allergy pill that I'm trying that someone recommended to me. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm trying it. So we're going to see if we can get some of these allergies in check this week. I will find a picture of my motorcycles. See if we can't pop those up for you on the screen tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk Fish into getting a bike, or I'll let him borrow one of mine, and we can all go riding one day. I don't think Marsha would let Fish near a motorcycle. He's seen mine. I don't know if he would let us, if she would let him near a motorcycle. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll do an AI picture of me and Fish riding motorcycles to the star. I just cracked myself up. All right, boys and girls, we'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. with another Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz podcast. I'm Andy Carton. You guys have the day that you need to have. Love every one of y'all. Thanks for popping in here, and we'll see you tomorrow.